Madam, I do not pretend that this bit of poetry is worthy of you. But it expresses what I feel far more effectively than mere prose. If only I could touch your hand, the shore bird's call, the sea breeze smell, the spruce wood mast that rises tall, I'd happily forget them all if only I could touch your hand. If I could link your arm in mine, the tropic... Scruffy, come back. What makes you a judge of poetry? Doggerel, perhaps, but not poetry. Come back. Now, stay there, spellbound. If I could link your arm in mine...
Jonathan? Jonathan, are you up there? Captain? Funny, I thought I heard voices. Scruffy, what are you doing here? No. Couldn't be. Let me see. I before E, except after C, or when sounded like A as a neighbor and way.
Gee, that's a poem.
Well, it rhymes. It might help you to remember.
Thanks, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I before E, except after C.
Good morning, madam.
Oh, good morning, Captain. Isn't it a lovely day? A kind of day that makes you just happy to be alive. Excuse me, Captain.
That's all right. Life is a great gift. It should be appreciated. Well, since poetry seems to be the order of the day, I have a little contribution to make. Scruffy. Scruffy!
Scruffy, stop it! Scruffy!
Where was I? Oh, yes. Well, it's sometimes rather difficult to express one's real feelings in ordinary terms. So,
Captain?
What is it, Mrs. Muir?
You coming down with a cold?
Of course not.
Oh. I just noticed you were doing quite a bit of throat clearing.
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, that's the way it starts, you know. First a tickle in the throat.
Madam, I am not subject to the ills you talk of.
Of course not.
If only I could...
Mrs. Muir.
If only you could what?
Mrs. Muir? Mrs. Muir?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are.
Martha, anyone with that many papers either has a play opening or is looking for a new job.
I've been studying the ads for all the markets within 10 miles of Schooner Bay.
For the specials?
Mm-hmm. And I found the only sure way to beat the cost of living. Don't eat. Do you want any of these or can I throw them out?
Oh, if you have Thursday's Beacon there, I'd like to keep it. I have an article in it.
There you are. So you better enjoy the meals around here. They're expensive.
Madam.
Captain, there's a feature I wrote in the local paper. I think you'll be interested in this lead paragraph.
Last.
Now it's my turn to start. W.
All right. A.
W-A. T. E.
R.
W-A-T-E-R.
Anyone thirsty?
We just had milk. Hurry up, Jonathan. A-T-E-R. Wait a minute. That's water. Oh. That gives you G-H-O. Mom, why do they call this game Ghost?
I don't know.
You're G-H. I'm only G. I'm winning. I'm getting bored with this game.
I'm kind of tired, too. Why don't we finish it tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know who's the best ghost player in the whole world? Not you. Captain Greg. Oh, Jonathan.
Good night, sweetie.
Really? Was I like that when I was 7?
Oh, who could remember that far back? Good night, ma'am.
Good night. Good night.
Good night. Pleasant dreams. You too, Scruffy. Oh, Martha, I'm going out for a breath of fresh air.
Oh.
You turning in so early?
I just can't keep up with this Schooner Bay nightlife.
Night.
No.
I really don't think it's right, Steve.
That's your hang-up, man, you think.
Well, one of us better.
Well, thinking's my bag. That's what managers are for.
Yeah, I knew they were for something.
Doesn't groove with me, Tim, baby, and you'll have the teeny boppers stacked up like pancakes.
I'm doing all right now, and I'm doing what I like.
What are you, some kind of a fanatic, huh? You bring me out here on this Boy Scout trip to tell me you only want to do what you like?
That's bad, huh?
Dig this beat. Huh? You can do it with one ear tied behind your back.
Oh, good evening, Captain.
The interruptions of the day have been quieted for the night. The moon is full, the sky is studded with stars, the air is balmy, and the barometer is steady.
You do a lovely weather report, Captain.
The fact is, Mrs. Muir, that I have a little surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yes, and neither snow nor rain nor gloom of night shall stay me from presenting it to you.
Oh. Is that your surprise?
Certainly not.
Well, there must be some kids down on the beach.
Madam, I advise you to go indoors. The weather is about to turn bad.
But, Captain, it's a perfectly lovely night. Your weather reports. Wonder who that could be.
Ignore it, madam.
Yes? Martha's got it.
Oh, good. Now for my little surprise. If only I could...
Who that is? Excuse me, Captain.
My manners.
They were caught in a weather tantrum. This is Tim
Sigurd, how do you do?
and Locke.
Steve.
Locke.
Steve Locke.
Steve Locke. Mrs. Muir.
Won't you come in and dry off? You're absolutely drenched. My goodness sakes. Nice to meet you.
How are you?
What a storm we're having, isn't it? Wow.
Last.
Thank you.
Groovy. Here am I stuck in beautiful downtown Schooner Bay drinking hot chocolate.
It could be worse.
It is worse. You know why?
I'm afraid to hear.
I just found out I dig hot chocolate.
You better keep it quiet or they'll pass a law against it.
Oh, it's a big night at Gull Cottage.
I'll get it, Martha.
Oh, Tim, would you play something for us?
I never play privately unless I'm really coaxed.
Oh, well, of course, if you don't want.
I'm coaxed.
There is a vehicle parked on the beach.
Yes, it belongs to some people inside. You may consider them my guests.
According to your lease, the beach frontage of Gull Cottage is available to any friends of yours, Mrs. Muir.
I want those people out of here.
Except when trespassing, which they are.
Mrs. Muir, the storm is over. Send them packing.
Captain, as soon as their clothes are dry, I'm sure they'll be very anxious to be on their way. Come in and meet them, Claymore.
Pardon me, Captain.
Claymore, this is Tim
Seegert.
and Steve
Locke.
Claymore Gregg.
Hi, man.
Oh, musicians, I see.
That opinion isn't unanimous, I'm afraid.
Oh, what brings you up this way, Steve?
Tim, we're on a trip, meditating about music, managers, and the meaning of life.
I can see everything. You got involved with one of those greedy, grasping, do-nothing managers. No, I know the type well, Mrs. Muir. They have dollar signs for eyes, and they never do anything.
Claymore.
Well, I see that you play the guitar, Tim. What do you do, Steve?
Nothing. I'm his manager.
When you get your foot out of your mouth, sit down. Tim's going to do a number for us.
Oh.
Oh? Oh, I heard you playing on the beach before, and well, your music is a little loud for sleeping children.
That isn't my music, Mrs. Muir. My music won't wake anyone. In fact, Steve thinks it puts people to sleep.
Can I use your phone again, lady? I got to get somebody to dig that camper out of the
By
sand.
all means, help
Your
yourself.
phone, thank you. Hello, operator? Anybody? Somebody.
I spend the night in a chair thinking she'll be there, but she never comes, and then I wake up and wipe the sleep from my eyes, and I rise to face another day without her. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do. It's just no good anymore when you walk through the door of an empty room and then you go inside and set a table for one. It's no fun when you spend a day without her. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. We burst a pretty balloon, took us to the moon. Such a beautiful thing, but it's ended now, and it sounds like a lie if I say I'd rather die than live without her. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Love is a beautiful thing when it knows how to swing, and it grooves like a clock, but the hands on the clock tell the lovers to part, and it's breaking my heart to have to spend another day without her. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Long distance. Short distance.
There's no song without her.
The others can neither see nor hear me, madam.
That was a lovely song.
Well, thank you. It's based on an old English poem I found and sort of adapted and set to music.
Very, very talented.
Thanks again. Well, we'll be on our way.
In the rain?
In the rain?
But it stopped raining.
Oh?
Have another look.
I'd better have another look.
The weather up here is predictably unpredictable.
Hello, operator.
Hey, it is raining now. But you said it was before it started.
Oh, well, the weather up here is predictably unpredictable.
I can't raise anybody on that Mickey Mouse phone.
Well, there's no problem. We'd be happy to put you up for the night.
Tim, I got a split. Now. I'm going stir crazy.
I can't get my camper out of that wet sand.
I'll be very glad to drive you to the Schooner Bay Station.
You got a deal. See you around, Tim.
Sure nice of you, Mr. Gray.
Oh, and I won't charge him much either.
Good night.
Night.
In the morning, when you wake up, you'll find a poem. You will set it to music and perform it. And Carolyn Muir will finally hear it.
Did you kids sleep through the music last night?
I'm a very sound sleeper, Mom. Me too.
Too bad. You missed a nice treat.
That's okay. Yes, sleep is very important. It helps you grow and everything.
To spend another day without her.
We broke the pretty balloon. It took us to the moon.
That's a nice sound you get in your sound sleeping. I'll get it. Oh, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Martha. Where is Tim?
He's in the alcove writing a song.
Really? You mustn't disturb him, Martha. Now, no, never. You see, we artistic people need tranquility in order to create.
Well, as Shakespeare said, it isn't enough to be tranquil. One must also have talent.
Oh, lovely. Much ado, wasn't it?
Da, da, da.
Good morning, Tim. Please forgive me for disturbing you, but I have just wanted you to know that I have not been idle for one moment since you last saw me. I have been wheeling and stealing, dealing. I have lined up things, Tim, that will zoom you to the top of the charts. Off the top of the charts.
Well, it's very nice of you to be so interested
No,
in me.
please, no, not another word, Tim. When Claymore Gregg takes on a client, he gets my all.
A client?
Oh, didn't I tell you? Oh. Well, you see, when your managers split, I decided to take over completely.
Well, Mr. Gregg, it really isn't that simple. You see, there are a lot of things...
Oh, but don't worry. You see, I've got the whole contract worked out. The important thing is you are launched. I've booked you for 1 week with an option for 2 more.
Where?
Norrie's Lobster House.
What and where is Stormy's Lobster House?
Well, that just happens to be the finest bistro in all of Schooner Bay. Oh. Now, just look at this.
Without her.
Mr. Gregg. Mr. Gregg, I'm flattered by your interest in me, but I really am not ready to take on a new manager.
There is no hurry.
Oh.
How about tomorrow?
Well, it'll take longer than that. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Would you be interested in buying some real estate?
I don't think so.
Well.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
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 Hey, what is that?
It's a new song I'm working on.
Hey, can we hear it?
Sure.
Hey, Groovy, we're gonna have a show. Hey, Mom.
Now remember, Tim, if you want to make it big, you gotta have that hard rock sound and that driving beat.
Well, I sort of have my own sound.
Forget it. Forget it completely. Hard rock, driving beat. Now you can do that with one ear tied behind your back.
Is teeny bopper stacked up like pancakes?
Oh, that's right. You're hip now, man. Oh, you gotta go where the bread is. Hello, Mrs. Muir.
And the big show's about to begin.
What song are you gonna play? play?
It's a brand new one. I just wrote the melody this morning.
The word of Alphon, it's terrific already.
Pay heed, madam. This song speaks to you.
You mean you had something to do with this?
The song tells of a love that just can't be. It has a haunting lyric.
Naturally. You will hear the young man's voice, Mrs. Muir. But my thoughts.
Tim, remember the bread.
And the pancakes. What I call the managerial sound. I like to do the same song with my sound, weather permitting. If only I could touch your hand, the shorebirds call the sea breeze, a mast that rises tall, I'd happily forget them all. If only I could touch your hand. If I could link your arm in mine, the tropic sun, the emerald surf, the fleecy clouds like sugar spun, I'd happily forget each one. If I could link your arm in mine. Bum 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 bum. Of all the things that cannot be, one alone means most to me. It's not the lure of distant shores, it's that my lips cannot touch yours. My lips cannot touch yours. Bum 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 bum.
The song is lovely. Your poem is beautiful, Captain.
Oh, just a piece of doggerel I wrote a long time ago, madam. A very long time ago.